Hello, welcome to Bourbon in House. My name is Tristan Blair. I'm here at Eleve in Walnut Creek, California. Tonight I am reviewing the Pappy Van Winkle 20 year. This is definitely one of the most special bourbons that I own. It was the first Pappy that I ever purchased. It's their 20-year-old expression. They have a 10-year Van Winkle, 12-year Lot B, 15-year-old Pappy, 20-year-old Pappy, and a 23-year-old Pappy. They also have a 13-year-old Rye. For the record, that's the list that's still produced today, this being the 20-year-old expression. Historically, Pappy Van Winkle was a bourbon salesman. He sold what is still sold today, W.L. Weller. And he eventually ended up merging that with another company and forming Stitzel Weller, which up until recent years was the same juice that was used to make this bourbon. This, unfortunately, is not Stitzel Weller juice. This is full Buffalo Trace. This is the 2013 Pappy Van Winkle, but still special nonetheless. It's distilled at Buffalo Trace, and it's annually released every winter. Within a window of about a month to a few weeks. I received this in the second week of December. It's absolutely blown away that I got a bottle, but I'm very happy. And yeah, I'll just get into the nose. A few drops coming down the neck. This is I like to say this is the Bugatti of bourbons. I might have mentioned that when I reviewed my 15-year, but this is, one could arguably say this is the most sought-after bourbon in the world that is still released to this day. There's obviously bourbons that are older and more harder to find, Abraham Bowman's and, a short list of other bourbons, but this being the hardest to find, most expensive bourbons you can find. I bought this bottle for about $130, but it retails around now in late summer anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 on the black market. Some liquor stores will sell for around $600 to $700 if they have a bottle. It gets to be pretty ridiculous, but it's because they don't make that much of it that it makes it that rare. Julian Van Winkle III is the grandson of Pappy Van Winkle, is still in charge basically of the barrel selection that goes on there at Buffalo Trace Distillery. And yeah, let's get into the nose. A lot of people think the best thing is always hype, or there's a lot of people that kind of more the haters that always think, oh, the best thing, that can't possibly be the best. But I can truly say this is one of the best whiskeys ever I have tasted. You just get that a lot of bubblegum ice cream on the nose, buttered charred toast. You get a lot of Caribbean fruits, dark blueberries, tart orange rind. You ripe lemons, you get some menthol, tobacco, some cedar bark, like a cedar mahogany furniture type of thing going on. Some cake frosting. You definitely get vanilla, very sweet vanilla ice cream. Raw brown sugar. Some new tires. Fresh cut grass, a lot of gentle spices and soft oak. Candied saltwater taffy. You get bread dough, rose flavored gelato, rich warm caramels, vanilla dipped bananas, golden melons like passion fruits, and blackberry tarts. This bourbon is an absolute testimony to what Buffalo Trace attains to distilling each year. It's an absolute symphony from the nose to the finish. It is just very candied, very, very, very special bourbon. At only 90.4 proof, it truly is very wonderful. Candied cherries. You get some of that menthol char from the barrel. Slow spice that just lingers from the mid palate to oak. You get some sherry. Ton of bright fruits. Lemons, apricots, blood oranges, really dark blood orange. I mean, the list could go on and on to ridiculous lengths, but there really is an absurd amount of character in this bourbon. The finish is buttery, candied caramels, char, candied fruits, some of that taffy from the nose comes through. If I could describe one thing to, if I could say one thing to describe this bourbon, it would be a candy shell, very candied. And I don't mean like new candy, but more of like old-fashioned candies that were very hard, almost like a Jolly Rancher, but from the 50s. Very just classy and textured. Just tons of texture. Everything you can find in a bourbon, in any bourbon, you find in this bourbon. All encompassed into one bottle. Again, 90.4 proof as opposed to the 107 proof 15-year expression. This has close to just as much character with a little bit less heat. Very candied, a little bit more elegant. Highly recommend, obviously, this bourbon. If you see anything with Pappy Van Winkle on it, smoking a cigar, buy it. Unless it's like $1,000, then that's up to you if you want to buy it. Yeah. Cheers.